Hey, this is Super Saiyan Ryu, and this is the second part to the Goku versus Superman videos that I was working on. So here's the Goku during the Universe 6 arc versus Superman in his God of Strength form.
Um,
Yeah.
so God Goku, we know that he's at least multi-galaxy plus in just his normal Super Saiyan God form. I believe that you would have a better calculation for his powers later in Super.
Yeah, basically when it comes to God Goku. We know that when they were fighting in the Beerus battle, both him and Beerus were exchanging blows that were stated to be able to destroy the universe with every attack. That was
Hmm.
stated by the narrator later on when
Yep.
Goku was using his Super Saiyan God Essence form.
Yep.
And also, we know that earlier on, obviously, King Kai and Elder Kai and Whis, all three of them had stated that their attacks would destroy the universe, and we see it even go into Otherworld and the Kaioshin realm as well while Beerus and Goku are fighting. So it's
Yep.
safe to say for 100% certain that, you know, Super Saiyan God Goku or as well the Super Saiyan Goku with the God Essence or whatever you want to call it, it's safe to say they were certainly at least Universal Plus, and in my opinion, due to the attacks threatening the entire macrocosm, they're probably multi-universal.
Hmm. Yeah,
And
and then on top of that, they get lots of scaling later on, right?
yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't want to bore anybody, but basically, that kind of power eventually scales to base Goku in later on in Dragon Ball Super.
Hmm. And then we know that even as a Super Saiyan 3, he's still not as strong as his Super Saiyan Blue form.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
even that is a bare minimum of 400 times the AP of his Super Saiyan God form.
Exactly, because Vegeta directly states that Goku hasn't used his full power when Trunks talks about Super Saiyan 3, so we know for sure that Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan is superior to it.
I, for one, don't personally believe in Saiyan Beyond God in base. However, for this video, we'll just go with it. If you have a problem with it, Goku is still multi-universal by at least 11 times with his Kaioken times 10, so he's still multi-universal no matter what you say. But for this video, we're going to be using Ryu's calculation. For speed, what was your calc for his speed?
Oh, basically there's a few of them. If we go for Super Saiyan God Goku versus Beerus, basically the idea behind speed in that battle is that the shock waves are capable
Hmm.
of crossing the entire macrocosm within literally seconds or less, and Goku is
Yeah, even the
capable.
lights of their attack
Yeah,
would flash
exactly.
throughout the entire universe.
And
Hmm.
like Seth said, it's not just the shockwaves, but also the flashes and the energy is actually permeating all the way to Otherworld and the Kaioshin realm. So we know that
Hmm.
literally their attacks are reaching those places within at least, less than seconds, to be honest. Um,
And from what we've seen is that even Gohan and Krillin are relativistic to their own like Kamehameha waves.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. Throughout the entire own energy attacks and explosions and such. And
yep.
also, we know that Goku is specifically pointed out to directly perceive and counter the shockwaves before they can
Hmm.
propagate past the two fighters' arms with an exact angle and amount of power to counter it.
Which is amazing fight sense,
Yeah,
very
exactly.
genius level fight sense. Um, so how fast would that be exactly?
Well, basically, the idea is that to cross the universe, the observable universe, in 1 second,
Hmm.
that's
Yep.
approximately 3 quintillion times the speed of light. So, I mean,
Hmm.
even if you lowball it and you say that it's just the distance of two observable universes, because we're using the other world as well, which should be at least the same size, and we
Yep.
say it's, 1 second or whatever, then that would be at least 6 quintillion times the speed of light for Super Saiyan God Goku and
Yep.
extremely suppressed Beerus.
And then with Saiyan Beyond God, it's
Yeah, it goes way
above
up.
sextillions. Um, so I guess from there we're gonna move on to God of Strength Superman. Leave this one up to you again.
Yeah, basically the idea behind God of Strength Superman is that he is New 52 Superman, but he's been enhanced by the fire pits of Apocalypse after Darkseid's death. Um, so he actually doesn't have a lot of feats, so he's a little harder to do, but we do have some. Um, One thing that's worth noting is he actually does have a full battle with Wonder Woman, and when he does have his battle with her, basically she's able to react to all his attacks and also counter them,
Hmm.
and she even stops him with her lasso of truth or whatever it's called. And when she does this, he's unable to break through it or drag her around and body her like he should be if he was increased by a lot of power, because we already know the regular Superman is supposed to be around her level.
Hmm.
So that fight leads me to believe that his power wasn't increased by too much.
Right.
Also, some people have noted that apparently he was able to do some damage to the Anti-Monitor. Um, the thing is, with the Anti-Monitor, people are claiming that he's multiversal plus. This only
Wink.
applies. Yeah, exactly. This only applies to Crisis on Infinite Earth's Anti-Monitor, and that only applies to the version that was amped by all the different heroes in the Antimatter universe, even. So
Yep.
basically, I mean, the whole idea of anti-monitor being multiversal is just them applying a fallacy of a different version of the anti-monitor, and
Hmm.
also some people will point out that it was stated that the anti-monitor somehow cracked the multiverse. This was actually never even stated. What was stated was basically that the anti-monitor was going to have a way to infiltrate the multiverse, and it never says he destroyed any universes, never said he would even destroy the multiverse, and he never actually does it. It just says that's what he would do. So basically, he was just being stated to be able to kind of get into the multiverse and, eventually affect it over time. So, I mean, the
Yep.
whole idea of him being a multiverse buster is just completely wrong. And
And even if you say so, it's still multi-universal at best.
yeah,
Even like
exactly.
lowly,
Like,
not if it's
even,
only a small fraction of it. So.
yeah, exactly. Even if you assume that he is multiversal plus, which he's certainly tagging him or whatever he did to him. And the
Yep.
thing is, I mean, we've seen the Anti-Monitor in other areas as well. When he wasn't at his maximum, the Anti-Monitor was severely damaged by Supergirl in pre-Crisis era.
Hmm.
And obviously, we know Supergirl in pre-Crisis era isn't multiversal. And also worth noting is um, he gets the last time we saw him, basically, I think it was the Sinister Corps Wars or something like that. But
Hmm.
basically, there's a lantern battery that explodes. It's stated to have the power to destroy the galaxy, and that also severely damages him. So we know in his regular states, he's only like galaxy level ish, maybe galaxy plus. So
Right.
saying that he's multiversal and assuming he's multiversal just because he's the anti-monitor is just completely wrong.
Yeah. Exactly.
I've also seen some people try to scale Darkseid and use that as a reason to claim the anti-monitor is multiversal, and then by that scaling, try to scale it even further to God of Strength Superman.
Hmm.
Basically, the idea with Darkseid is at one point when he has the anti-life equation, also I might add, when
Hmm.
he dies, basically he creates a singularity and it starts to slowly absorb the universe, and it's
Hmm.
stated that it's going to pull in the other universes and eventually, it's going to be a threat to the multiverse or whatever.
Right.
Basically, that only puts Darkseid at like universal, maybe multi-universal if you, really give him a highball for that, because he never actually destroys multiple universes and is only a threat to the multiverse over a long time. So, I
Yep.
mean, even if you scale that, honestly, the highest I could put True Darkseid and Anti-Monitor would be multi-universal, and I mean you got to remember that also was Darkseid with Anti-Life Equation that did that, so you can't really even scale
Hmm.
that.
Exactly.
So I mean, yeah, he's not multiversal for sure, and I mean the maximum you could wank it to is multi-universal.
Yep. And then in terms of speed, we don't have any speed feats actually. It just looks like the God of Strength form just kind of boosts his strength as it implies. It doesn't really seem to boost speed at all. And like Ryu said, he's still getting tagged by weaker characters even in his God of Strength form. So it doesn't really seem like it affected his speed whatsoever. So he'd still basically be at the same speed levels. Um, so I guess in conclusion, God Goku fucking stomps, right?
Yeah, exactly. He's certainly got
Pretty
the speed
much.
advantage. In my opinion, he's actually got the strength and power advantage too. If you wank
Yep.
Superman, they'd probably be about even.
Yep. Even if you do wank Superman, the speeds still just don't match up. They just don't. And we know that even if Superman was stronger than Goku by whatever amount, even if because no way he's multiversal, if he's just like more multi-universal, Goku would eventually be able to deal enough concussive force to Superman to knock him out and be able to finish him off. Because Superman's not even 1% of God Goku's speed. So there's no way in fuck Superman can win. It's just impossible.
Yeah, for
So,
sure.
so
And
I guess that's
also, another thing worth mentioning too is Goku is vastly superior in skill, so he's definitely not going to get
yep.
tagged by an off chance.
Yeah, and with that Beerus suppression thing, he has a lot of fight sense that Superman just does not have. It's in Goku's genetics to fight, and surpass his opponents. Superman is just kind of like a brawler. um, so with that, I think guess that concludes the video. Thank you for watching. Please check out Super Saiyan Ryu's channel, and till next time.